Alright, evening. Rob once again. So, some may ask, why are you so mad? I mean, maybe you're just not doing the right process. Maybe you're not just doing what you're supposed to. I can take that. I can take criticism to a point. But here's why. This is why I'm angry. This is one of the events, I think this is the event that sent me over the edge that made me want to do what I'm doing right now. Tuesday, November 1st, I was denied my parenting time visitation rights per a court order signed by a Macomb County judge uh, by the plaintiff in my case, also known as a baby mama. On that day, I went there at 4:30. I waited for. I got arrived at the residence at 4:30 to pick up my children. Knocked on the door several times, and I got no answer. Now it wasn't until about 4:45 or so that I realized, why don't I just make a video of this? Why don't I just video exactly what I'm going through? That way, um, nobody can disagree with the claims that I have. Nobody can sit there and say, "Yeah, you're just making this up." Fine, it's like fine. I'm gonna go ahead and start making a video. In which case, I started to make a video. I videoed the time that I waited at the household, and I videoed the time that I was in contact with the plaintiff or baby mama when she finally emerged from the home about 35 minutes after my scheduled time. And it was at that time that the plaintiff told me, "Hey, look, uh, kids are sick. Half the kids are sick and coughing. They're not going to be able to go." So I responded to her, "Fine. Well, why don't you let the other half of them go? Because they're not sick, and I'll go hang out with them for a few. I'd rather have a couple of them than not have any of them." By the way, right there, 4 kids. So if half of them are sick, fine. Let them rest. Let them do what they have to do, and let me take the other two out so I can go, to the store, go to the park or something. In which case, the plaintiff didn't change her story to say, "Oh, well, all of them are sick. All of them are sleeping." Really? So I'm supposed to take your word for that after you just blatantly lied to my face like 2 seconds before? So at that time, the plaintiff brought one of the children out, and it was my second oldest son, and he was sleeping. Okay, he was napping. So what? That doesn't stop him from leaving. But then she told me, hey, he has a fever, feel his forehead. Well, my hands were already cold because I've been waiting outside your house for a half hour in Michigan in November. My hands could be kind of cold. At which case, she stormed back inside and slammed the door in my face. I told her I'd be waiting outside, but she never came back out. So that's when I left. I left and I went home and I checked my text messages because she claimed that she texted me numerous times saying that the kids were sick. After checking the text messages when I arrived at home, I came to the conclusion that, well, this is all she said. And this is, from, I believe it's Text Now. These are text messages. Everything from October 31st, was my last message here, and it states, "At least tell my babies I said happy Halloween, and I hope they had fun." And then that was on Halloween. November 1st came around. I asked the plaintiff if she had any pictures from Halloween to send to my mom and dad because they love having, grandparents like having their pictures of the grandkids. And she stated back, didn't really take any pics that I don't take, I normally send to them. And I saw them in their costumes, I being me. And I said, "Well, I know, but I want the picture for my mom and for Facebook." She then replied, "Well, I sent them to your parents when I take them. Didn't have time to take any more. They're older now. They go. Hey, it's Halloween. They're gonna go wherever. It's free candy." She asked me, "Am I taking them today?" Ty, who is my oldest son, has an ear infection, and they all have really, really bad cough and fevers, go up and down. Well, I guess that's a yes, so I'll meet you there. That's the last that this bottom one came from today. But that was the last text message on November 1st, 2011 at 2:08 p.m. Well, I guess that's a yes, so I'll meet you there. Went to the home. Obviously, I got denied my parenting time. Now, here's the problem. Whenever you get denied parenting time, what do? What is the correct thing to do? Well, let's go in front of the court, talk to the parenting time caseworker in your case, and file a complaint stating that you're denied parenting time. I brought a letter, I brought a CD with a video on it for her blatantly to show that she denied me. And I also brought a copy of text messages, those text messages I just read. I was told by the caseworker that they cannot accept any type of video or audio because everything is done via paperwork. All right, whatever. Did also let me know that I can have that entered into evidence via an evidentiary hearing, in which case, gotta file a motion for. So that's what I was left with. Everything was kind of cool, kosher for that part of the conversation, which, by the way, I'm going to say, record the whole thing on there. Thank you, Steve Jobs. So, whole conversation was recorded, so everything I'm telling you is from that recorder. It's not my point of view. Was told that there's no time frame for the baby mama to get back to front of the court to fight her case, fight her side of the story. There's no time frame for the plaintiff to have to give me a makeup day. There's no time frame for anything to get this whole ball rolling. Instead, I am told via my caseworker that's the way I do my paperwork, that's the way I do things, and that's the way I see fit. Well, great. That may be the way you see fit, but the other 90% of the Earth's population may not see the same way. So either everybody else is wrong and you're right, or maybe you're wrong and everybody else is right. Who knows? So that's what I get told. I'll get to it when I get to it. She doesn't have to get back to me anytime soon. There's no time frame that she has to get back to me. And that's via my complaint that I just made the other day. As a matter of fact, I made a video of this already, but I'm going to go through it really quick once again. This is what you got to do. You got to file the paperwork, and you always get a letter, boom, right there, to state that a complaint has been made. So she did do that well. It says, please be advised that I allege that she denied me parenting time on October 13th, 2011. And specifically, my complaint states that I arrived at the appropriate time at 4:30, and the children were not made available. Here's the kicker. This is what kills me. Please respond in writing to his allegation that you denied parenting time on Thursday, October 13th, 2011. There ain't no choice. There ain't no please, you have 21 days to respond, like the letter was sent out the first time for a denial of parenting time, where it states here, exact same thing. This paperwork here is the exact same thing. Please be advised that a complaint has been registered with this office alleging a violation of parenting time contrary to the controlling order of April 29th, 2011. Once again, just an allegation. But here's the thing. With this parenting time denial, it says here, failure to respond in writing to the office of the front of the court within 21 days after the date of this notice being sent to work out a satisfactory arrangement may result in contempt of court proceedings being brought against you. The one above that, failure to respond in writing to the office of the front of the court within 21 days after the notice was sent shall be considered as an agreement that parenting time was wrongfully denied and that make-up parenting time will be applied. According to my caseworker, since I'm in there so much and I make so many complaints, she knows this. I'm always told in the legal world that nothing ever is said unless it's in black and white. So not only do I get told this by her, that's when I want, how I want, the way I see fit. Not the correct way, but the way I see fit, I being the caseworker. I get the peanut gallery to put in their 2 cents too. Peanut gallery being our wonderful Macomb County deputy sheriffs that stand behind the counter at front of the court. What do? Well, for starters, they like to tell me to let the individual do their job. They're not doing their job. So if they were doing their job, one, I wouldn't be in there all the time to make these complaints because you're doing something about it and you guys are getting sick and tired of seeing my face. So how do I reply? Well, they did their job the way they're supposed to. I leave them alone. In which case, I was asked to leave by one of the female deputies over at Macomb County front of the court. Not only that, but the sheriff's deputy colleague also stated that as his arms were folded, like so, chewing his gum, this is entertaining. Really? Really? It's entertaining? Huh. Didn't know that. But I did reply to him, yeah, it is pretty entertaining, isn't it? Might as well get a reality TV show going on. You know? It's completely unprofessional. Unprofessional. One, what it goes on between me and my caseworker is none of your damn business. None. None. Do yourself a favor, keep your mouth shut, worry about you, and the second that I am aggressive, mentally, physically, or emotionally, take my ass down. I ask you to. Please, put my butt in check. But I've never been that way. I'm a smart aleck. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a saint. I am a smart aleck. Okay? I deal with this every single day, damn near. And it gets frustrating. And when things are supposed to go one certain way and they don't, I get upset. But I don't get angry. I'm not physically threatening. I'm not mentally threatening. I'm not emotionally threatening. I'm just a smart aleck 27-year-old guy that wants what's best for his kids and wants to see his kids. And since the caseworker doesn't feel like doing their job, well, what am I left with? I'm left with my emotions. All right? So, as a quick message out to the deputies for the 6th floor in front of the court, worry about you. Keep your mouth shut. Don't stand behind my caseworker. You can stand 5 feet away and still be close enough to give me with your taser if I do anything stupid. Please. That's why I'm angry. Now, last part I'll say about all this. Not only do I have to deal with being denied parenting time, getting told I'll get to it when I get to it by the caseworker by following the proper guidelines, getting the peanut gallery, also known as a deputy sheriff's on the 6th floor in front of the court. But if I have a problem, what are you supposed to do? If you can't resolve the issue and it's something that you feel is wrong, you go talk to the supervisor, right? Cool. I'll make a grievance. Doesn't work like that. Here's why. I have filed 3 grievances so far in front of the court. Okay? One with the referee, one with my child support caseworker, and one with another caseworker with front of the court. One with the miscellaneous one with the caseworker with front of the court, I did as a good one. I was like, this person helped me out. They did with their job. Here's a letter. Please commend them, promote them, do something with them. They do what they're supposed to do. Bad grievances. Here's the best part of it all. I'm going to put it up. This is my old address on here I used to live. But I'll put this right up to there. What do you see there? The only box that is checked. Oh, yeah. Denied. Other one. See it? Denied. How do you deny a grievance? They did something wrong. I wrote a letter about it. And you're going to deny it like they didn't do anything wrong? Are you serious? Come on now. Get denied parenting time. Go tell front of the court about it. Front of the court says I'll get back to it when I get back to it. Deputies want to put their 2 cents in. Make a grievance. It gets denied. I did everything correct. I did everything I was legally supposed to do, but I got shut down. I also made another grievance against a Miss Lynn Davidson who runs front of the court. Want to know a funny story about that? It's lost. They can't find it. I also made another grievance against to appeal this denial when it comes to the referee. Funny thing, that one's missing too. So I got 2 missing grievances, 2 that were denied, and the only one that was accepted was the good one. What am I left to do? That's one day, one instance, one day that I've had to deal with. Hence the reason why I want to make these videos to help. That way you can do the correct thing and eventually, hopefully, have a better outcome than me. Because my next step is going to be getting in touch with Lansing and having the people in Lansing see what they can do to come down on the Macomb County courts. They don't know what the hell they're doing. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you definitely for listening. I'm hitting over 15 minutes right now in this video, and this is going to be one of the other ones I post up here very shortly, just to give people an idea what I deal with. And everything that I have said, once again, can be backed up by proof, not only with video, but also with recordings. Paperwork. I'm buried in paperwork. What else am I supposed to do? Get an attorney? I'm poor. How am I supposed to get an attorney? You get to pay for it? You pay for it, I'll take it. But if you're not gonna pay for it, then what am I left with? I'm left with me and my knowledge and my smarts and my background and my experience. Let's see what happens. Have a good evening, everybody.